chai project. I'm allowed to be excited. This is so cool. It's just a lot of laughter and smiling and happy tears. Oh, I'm so excited. I've had to keep this secret from you for so long. So I genuinely can't decide whether or not I want to post this, so I'm just gonna film it and decide later. Basically, something really exciting happened today, and I want to tell you about it. For context, I have a lovely author friend named Lori Langdon. She was having a book signing at my local Barnes & Noble. Of course, I wanted to go support her. There was another author signing with her that I had never met and hadn't heard of, but got introduced to. Come to find out, she's the owner of a publishing company. Unbeknownst to me, my friend Lori had already given her a bit of a download on my chai project, which is my Gilmore Girls meets Hallmark, autumn-themed, slow burn, small town, contemporary romance with a plus-size main character. So she asked me about my book, I gave her the elevator pitch, and she invited me to submit my first 3 chapters. Now, I have no idea if they will have any interest in my chai project at all, but I'm going in with high hopes and a lot of prayer. There's a lot to consider when signing with a publishing company, small or big, and I want to make sure I do this right. The last thing I want to do is jump into something because it's exciting and I have the possibility of becoming a published author. I want to make sure I do it right. We will see how this turns out, but I just wanted to update you that that happened. We'll keep you posted. I'm literally about to start streaming on YouTube. I haven't streamed in so long. I was just doing my makeup, which was very poor timing because I just got an email from this publishing house basically telling me that they would like to officially offer me a letter of intent, and the official letter will come later this year, but they basically want to let me know that they're interested in my chai project. They want to publish it. And I can't say anything. I don't like saying anything about this stuff until it's real, until it's finalized, which means I'm about to hop on stream in literally 10 minutes. I look like this and I can't say anything to any of you that are showing up. I know everyone, when they get some kind of letter like this, gush about how much it means to them, but having lost my job in May, having to go through all of this hard financial stuff, looking for a job, everything, it's been a really hard few months. I don't let it show how hard it's really been behind the scenes. And to have this letter, of someone saying that they believe in my book, they believe in my story, the message I want to send with my story, and they want to publish it. That's the first good news I've had in a really long time. You can't hear it, but I can hear my mom telling my dad right now, because I just called her to let her know before I hopped on stream. Okay, well, I have 9 minutes until I hop on and start the live, so I need to clean up. I'm so happy. All right, I'm about to have my first meeting with a publishing company called Quill and Flame. I'm nervous, but I'm excited. This is just a Q&A meeting. This is nothing cemented. Just me wanting to understand how the process works with publication, what to expect if this were to move forward. I've got my list of questions. I've also got a notebook, like a little nerd, just in case I want to write anything down. But I'm recording this so that I don't have to remember every little thing. Okay, here we go. Also like coffee.
I also have chocolate.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi.
How are you? Nice to see all of your faces.
likewise, I like your dress. That's cute. Or top, or whatever
Top,
part of you
yeah.
showed there. It's very cute.
TJ Maxx is where it's at. Their plus size section has some gold items.
I read books.
Don't we all?
So many books.
Isn't that why we're here?
I love romance. We're here for the romance.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I loved reading your book, because it was very spoony.
Oh, good.
It was very spoony. Okay, so today you have questions we can answer.
Yes.
Whatever.
Okay.
All of it.
Yes, I only know what I know. I
Yeah.
follow a lot of people in the book world, but that doesn't make me an expert by any stretch of the imagination. So I just wanted to make sure I was on the same page as far as to what to hypothetically expect were this to move forward.
Sure.
If I'm asking dumb questions, don't
No,
laugh at
There
me.
is no such thing as a dumb question at this stage in the game.
There's no later. We still have dumb questions,
We
but
do,
they're not
it's
dumb
true.
questions. Everything is changing a lot in publishing all the time. We make mistakes a lot. We learn a lot.
Everything feels so in flux, so even if you learn something, it changes
Yeah.
a month later.
Well, just the last 5 years, publishing has completely been turned on its head. And traditional publishing is not the same
Mhm.
as it was even 5 years ago. One of those, hang on, here we go.
Yes.
It's just a fact of how publishing is right now.
And
Yes.
marketing can mean 10 million things. Does it work for your publishing? How does it work for you? Does it work for your book genre? And a big publisher may be like, we only market in such and such a way, but it might not work for you or your book. Whereas we are very flexible and we are very open to ideas.
We like to
And
think outside the box.
it's just an exchange. So we just, we're open to lots of new
Thoughts,
things.
ideas.
Okay, cool. Well, that's really great to know. I do try to think ahead as far as marketing. Marketing's my background. So in the someday maybe I'll get published, part of my brain, I've created an online clothing company that has a bookish section.
I was looking at some of that the other day. I was stalking you just a little
Oh, were you? You're so sweet. Well, I just thought, if I can establish an online shop, which I wanted to do for fun anyway, but have a bookish section, I'm actually planning on launching a new collection for book things here probably this month. I thought that could incorporate well with book merch, not just book merch that represented my book, but books just generally. That would be good for book tours and, pulling people in not just for the book that you have to sell, but all these other pretty things that might bring people in. That kind of
bit.
thing.
I think that's a great idea. That'd be very effective.
As specific of questions
Yes,
as you want.
I have a
because
list.
Yay, because basically at this point, I have read your book and I devoured it.
Did you?
And I did.
Don't make me cry.
Oh, it was so I felt, it was still summery when I was reading it, but I felt like I was like, where is my scarf?
Oh,
it's
good.
so seasonal. That was the thing I texted about the most. I was like, I can't believe how, not just committed you were to this, the season and the love of pumpkin spice, everything, but for bookish people, I feel like that's the biggest season. So it's actually genius marketing in terms of writing a story.
Well, and you can remarket it every year.
Every
Yes.
year.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, so I love that, but I like the swoon and the message. I was saying, as an acquisitions editor, we usually look at stats first, and your word count is quite high.
Listen, I have a confession to make. It was higher before I sent it to you, and I cut. I think I had, what did I have? I think I had something like 132,000 words because I am justified here. I looked up what the word count should be for a contemporary romance and Google lied. So I aimed for that, and then I messaged my author friend and was like, hey, here's my word count. Is this good? And she's like, So I have extra bits that could be worked in or switched around
You can
if
also
needed.
use that as part of a reader magnet too.
Yes,
Start building a
or
newsletter
do
list.
special editions where it has an extra chapter or something.
Yeah, bonus scenes can work well in either different editions or for just your street team or pre-orders. You can kind of rewrite them in such a way that or even, I've seen this as well, once you have your next book coming out, it's you have bonus scenes from your first couple.
Mhm.
There's lots of ways to use your content.
Good. Okay. Do you
But,
still
yeah,
feel
so-
it's too high?
So this is the thing.
Uh-huh.
Technically, it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I devoured it, and I kept saying at the beginning, I went into it just me not knowing anything about it. I was like, there's no way we can do this without cutting 20,000 words, right? And that was my mindset. But then I read the book, and I was like, I don't know, there's very much to cut. So we're all shocked that I said that. So good
We
job.
are.
Thank
Well
you.
done. My expectation would be 5,000 words somewhere, anywhere. And I think that's pretty possible. Considering I was saying like 20 or 30,000 in terms of our expectations, that's amazing.
Okay.
It is. Take it as
Amazing.
I will take the compliment. Thank you.
You gotta take the compliment. It is like, because, I'm reading, how many submissions did we have? Like, so crazy.
Oh, we had hundreds.
And so I'm just going through and so I'm looking, I just look at, numbers, social media numbers. I look at word count. I look at genre. And I'm kind of looking at it really black and white. So when I go into things, I thought that, but you changed my mind.
Yay!
Yes. 115,000 words or 110,000 words for a rom-com is still really huge.
It is long. It's good for KU reads.
It is. Once you get them reading, because I didn't put it down, I was like, no way am I going to read 118,000 words on my phone. And then I totally did.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad the story resonated with you enough to where you didn't feel the length of it.
I didn't. But that's why I'm saying it's not 15,000 words, just like 5. Not as bad as you think.
I will take the win. Thank you very much.
This would be a developmental edit because it's such a great story. It is. Let's call it that officially. Really, it's so excellent.
Thank you.
It's more just kind of the tightening, fixing the word count, and slight pacing. So it is a developmental edit.
Okay.
But I'd be giving you a page, maybe at the most, of ideas of a few books. I've given 7, so you're like, it was very
okay.
good.
Well, thank you for setting the expectation for me. I appreciate that compared to what it could be.
Trust me, at this point we are talking to you because we are very impressed. We are at the point where we only consider the best of the best at this point. So
stop. Thank you so much.
So much potential.
I know this vlog is jumping around so much, but I'm just updating you as things are happening. I'm currently dog sitting for a friend right now, which is why the background's different, but I just got an email from my potential publishing company who's already said they're gonna send a contract email next week because they want to sign me as an author. They want my tech project. I have cried happy tears more about this than I think I have my whole life. But I thought I would read you the email, or at least parts of it. My acquisitions editor wrote things that the publishing company loved about my chai project and some things that would need to be worked on. I'll spare you the needs to be worked on, but I wanted to share some of the things she loved. Some of this won't make sense because you haven't read the book, but I'll try to explain things as best I can. What we loved, in all caps. You nailed the seasonal autumnal vibes so well. I cannot wait for the other books to hit their seasonal target. It's amazing. Quote, this kernel of herself she was about to offer him was a kind of trust fall, he realized. He would not, he thought resolutely, be clumsy with it. In all caps, she put this on all the marketing, swoon. And lastly, she said, I know we want to lower the word count a bit, but that's technical business stuff. I devoured your book in only a few days and it read so well. And that's the praise that I just received today from my potential publishing company. It's so weird that no one has read this book apart from my editor Samantha, who looked at this first to get the first 3 chapters squeaky clean for querying, and this publishing company. And to have someone love my characters, love the story, and believe in its message, so much so that she's literally swooning and quoting back to me lines that I wrote. Zoe, your squeaking is poorly timed, but thank you for the enthusiasm. I don't think there's words for this feeling. As a reader, I have swooned over authors' lines. I have underlined, I've annotated, I've highlighted, I've kicked my feet and giggled over words that someone else wrote, and the fact that someone else is swooning, giggling, and kicking their feet over something I wrote. Oh wow. I think I'm too shocked to cry. I think I'm still in the process of absorbing. If I sign this contract next week, Zoe, if I sign this contract next week, this could be real. My book could be real. Hello, it's a few days later since the last update. I'm still dog sitting at this point, but I'm about to head home because there is a contract waiting in my inbox to be signed. And that contract is with a publishing company. And they officially have offered me a publishing deal. I'm so excited! I have been giggling and squealing and kicking my feet consistently for the past few days since I knew it was happening. Over the past week, I knew it was happening, and then yesterday it officially appeared in my inbox. I'm so happy. I don't even know how to process what I'm feeling. I haven't felt this much joy and elation in regards to a dream that I've wanted to accomplish in forever. This just feels so surreal. My acquisitions editor wrote a whole half email talking about things she loved about my chai project with quotes, character dialogue quotes. So many of my own personal favorite lines from characters are lines that she put in that she personally felt swoony over as she was reading. That feels not real. I'm about to go home, print out the contract, and sign it. And I also think it's very fitting that the book that I wrote is set in autumn, and I'm wearing my Autumn Breeze embroidered crew neck from the Joy Club. I didn't even plan this. It was just cold this morning, so I put it on. But I love the serendipity. Look at there. God's looking out for all the details. So I decided to spruce up my hair a bit. Nobody really celebrates this stuff. You sort of have to celebrate on your own. You have to make your own celebration. So I got a pumpkin flavored coffee. I made my hair pretty. I'm about to sign my book publishing contract. If I haven't mentioned already, I'm going with a publisher called Quill and Flame. All of my safeguards are trying to dampen my excitement. Like, don't get too excited. The other shoe may still drop. And I'm just like, no, I'm allowed to be excited. This is so cool. I've got Mom and Dad here. Mama and Papa Joy.
Enjoy the moment, my dear. My author's name is to be determined, I think.
I know. I sent them my suggestions.
Oh, you did?
I did. I haven't heard back yet. That's another thing. I have to change my author name because apparently there's another author out there who makes not nice books. Books that I do not want to be associated with my name. So I have to come up with a slightly different name than the one I've been using for the past 12 years online. That's fun. Thanks a lot, that other Cassandra Joy.
Smut lady.
I'm gonna add that in. Did you hear, Mom? I've never heard you say that in my life. Did you guys ever think this day would become a reality? I've been writing since I was itty bitty, since I could hold a pencil, really.
I think you'd be able to pull it off. The question was when. Because you are in the top 1% as far as verbal writing skills. But just getting somebody to recognize it is another question.
Yeah, it's all in who you know. I've learned over the years, if you don't know how to network, if you don't have a personal in, it's just an uphill battle.
It is.
All done.
Yay.
Everything's signed. Dad, can you focus on me for a minute? This doesn't happen every day. I really love your full attention.
I'm focusing on your brother.
He's not getting a book signed.
Oh, okay. Okay, great! So what are you going to do to impress us next week?
To be determined. Hi, it's November 4th at the time of my filming this last bit of the video, and I wasn't sure how I wanted to wrap this up, this wild whirlwind of a year. And that's when I started looking back at the year itself. In January, I had a job review that went great, and I thought I was at a job that I would be at for at least the next 5 to 10 years, if not the rest of my life. In March, I had a salary negotiation, or tried to have one, which was a complete dumpster fire from start to finish. Something I'm in the habit of doing is whenever I'm having a conversation with God, I'll write it down because I have the world's most terrible memory. And I was just reminded of this conversation I had with God. I won't read you all of it, but I'll read you one line. It was from March 26th. I can't remember if this was before or after my failed salary negotiation, but it was before I got fired. I distinctly heard God tell me, big changes are happening. Big changes are coming. And I didn't know what that was referring to. I even wrote down health, job, hobbies, dreams. It kind of felt all encompassing. And then in May, I lost my job. The job I was convinced I was going to be at for a long time. And I had no idea what to do next. And then in August, my car died. The engine went out and I still don't have a car. At this point, a lot of you are probably thinking, wow, you've been through it, and how are you not feeling totally hopeless right now? I had my moments. I'm not going to pretend I didn't, but truly, I couldn't have gotten through any of that without God. I couldn't have carried all of that without His help. There's something very comforting knowing someone else has your back, has your best interests at heart, and is looking out for you. And thankfully, I have a lot of those people in real life as well. My parents, my friends, but most especially God. And there's a reason they say hindsight is 20/20. I can now see why for a lot of those misfortunes. That job taught me so many marketing skills that I will use for the rest of my life. If I hadn't lost that job, I wouldn't have the time to meet the deadlines I now have for my new book. And a part of me just wishes I could go back in time and tell the Cassie who just lost her job and was devastated to not worry, because something even better is coming. Because in August, I had the opportunity to meet my now publisher. In September, I was offered a letter of intent for a publishing deal, a deal which I ended up taking. And now I have all the free time in the world to devote to getting that book ready for publication. Wild. I feel like some of you already suspected that this reveal was coming. Maybe some of you are totally blindsided, in which case I'm glad, because I was hoping to surprise some of you. I've had to keep this secret from you for so long. I'm so relieved that I can finally tell you I have a book that's under contract and will be published sometime. I can't tell you when, but I'll be updating you anytime I can, and I hope you're excited. I want nothing more than to share this story that's been living rent-free in my head for a couple years now and hand it to you bound and printed, or on an ebook, or maybe even an audiobook, to be determined. But what I really want to do to finish out this video is to thank you. You all have supported me, some of you for years, some of you since the beginning of my channel. Whew, you've put up with a lot. A lot of bad filming, a lot of bad storytelling. Bless your heart for sticking through it. But look where we are. Look how life has turned out. Cannot wait to see what plot twists we have waiting for us in this next chapter. As for what's next, deadlines are my main focus now. I've got a deadline coming up for my first round of edits, and then on top of that, I'm trying to write another book in 5 months. It's November now, so yeah, 5 months. I'm gonna try to make sure this doesn't slow down my upload schedule, but as deadlines get closer, that may happen. But I'm gonna try my hardest to still give you content. I've now incorporated Write With Me's into the upload schedule because it helps keep me accountable and still gives you something helpful and cozy to watch. And if you have any questions at all about my book, about the publishing process, about writing in general, feel free to leave them in a comment down below. I'm happy to film a Q&A for all of you because I know I threw a lot at you today and I want to make sure all your questions are answered. I'm so genuinely grateful to have you here for whatever comes next. I'm a signed author. I'm gonna leave the vlog here. Signed author, signing out. Love you guys. Mwah. Bye.